Hello Blizzard fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is a discussion about the latest balance update to Legacy of the Void. I think you enjoyed the last patch notes video cast that I did, so I'm going to continue doing these. I really enjoy the discussions, so let's get right on into it. This was posted July 16th, 2015, which is yesterday. I recorded it later that night, and I hopefully posted it on the 17th, but you never know. All right. Oh, one more thing. I did pre-order the Legacy of the Void on, us.battle.net, which means I will have access to the Whispers of the Void prelude campaign, or prologue campaign, whatever they're actually calling it. So as soon as that launches, I will cast it and get it up for those of you who cannot get access to that. And if you don't want spoilers, then don't click on them. And let's get right on into it. Here we go. All right. Below you will find the latest balance changes for the StarCraft II Legacy of the Void beta. General, siege tanks and immortals will now track the nearest enemy while moving. Oh, that's interesting. So kind of like the Cyclone, they have the ability to actually track. I guess that means lock on to the nearest enemy while moving. They'll attack things that are nearest to them and keep moving. I'm not sure exactly what that's talking about. Maybe somebody can explain in the comments. Either way, number 2, added mini-map icons for destructible rocks and destructible towers. I think I have seen that actually. Shows you exactly where on the map those things are. You don't have to explore and find them. Made improvements when controlling a large number of air units. That's kind of vague. What improvements? I guess maybe they don't clump up as much, so Parasitic Bomb doesn't destroy them, as we've seen in previous casts. Alright, these are all really weird. Any insight you can give me if you're watching this video, throw it in the comments below, and I would appreciate it. Alright, Protoss, Disruptor. Oh, here we go. Cost reduced from 1 to 100 to 200. What? Cost reduced, supply reduced to 3. Okay, Disruptors are now cheaper. This better be something. Purification Nova, range reduced to 1.5. Okay. After Purification Nova ends, the Disruptor is invulnerable for 3 seconds. Holy smokes. Speed increase when invulnerable increased to 4.25. Can be picked up by a Warp Prism during Purification Nova, canceling its effect. Okay. So Disruptors are cheaper. Blizzard wants to see more of them. The Disruptor is now invulnerable for 3 seconds after using the Nova, which means you can't just micro and snipe it down after it's destroyed your entire army with what you have left. Boy, I mean, I try not to be a Protoss hater, so if you play Protoss, please forgive me, but I do not feel like this change is going to help things at all. I know, learn to split, right? Terran players have to do it. Learn how to split your units, and the Disruptor doesn't do as much damage as it possibly could, but holy smokes. Cost reduced, supply reduced, range, I guess range was reduced. That's one thing I didn't really specify or comment on. So that's good. I guess the Nova really isn't going to kill everything around. Alright, we'll have to see how this works. I do actually work on a 1-week buffer on my channel. I'm not sure if you've noticed that or not, but basically what that means is the Legacy of the Void stuff that I posted over the next 6 days or so will not include this balance update. So if you see the Purification Nova actually hits a lot more than you think, it's because I'm not on the latest patch. So probably by next Friday or Saturday, I guess, of next week, we'll start seeing this balance patch actually come into effect in the stuff that I'm casting. So, again, just so you know. All right, Terran. Vehicle and ship armor upgrades have been combined. Okay, wasn't that a thing in Heart of the Swarm? I think it was. Ghost, new ability, Steady Targeting. Deals 170 damage after channeling for 3 seconds. It can be interrupted if Ghost is attacked, and it costs 50 energy. Okay, so basically, it's kind of a channeled ability, like it says here, channeling 170 damage after channeling for 3 seconds. So I think it has to sit there for 3 seconds and then goes wham for 170 damage instantly, I think. It doesn't say during channeling. Man, this wording is a little bit confusing. But I think what it is, it channels for 3 seconds. It says after channeling 170. So I think it's just one big hit. After 3 seconds of channeling, meditating, if you will, can be interrupted if the ghost is attacked and costs 50. Alright, Liberator. Anti-ground mode no longer has to be researched, now only requires an armory. Oh. Switching back to anti-air mode, duration reduced to 2 seconds. Increased anti-ground range by 1. Fixed issue allowing Liberators to fire into multiple anti-ground zones. Okay, so these 3 are buffs. Basically, you can do anti-ground mode without being researched. The switch back to anti-air takes less time, And the range is increased by 1. I mean, we've seen Liberators wreck ground armies, especially Zerg armies, in the cast that we've seen so far. Again, I don't know if I agree with this from Blizzard, but I guess they wanted to see more Liberator play, especially against Protoss, maybe, in Terran versus Terran. Interesting stuff. And again, I think we did see this in previous casts. Liberators firing into multiple anti-ground zones. Like, it had a whole bunch of Liberators set up, and they could use each other's zones to fire into. It was kind of weird. It seemed like it was something was wrong, but I wasn't sure. I think that's what this is talking about. All right, Raven auto turret. Damage increased to 16. Duration decreased to 10 seconds. Okay, so kind of a balance there. Hits harder, lasts less time. Secret missile cost increased to 125. Okay, durable materials upgrade removed. And new upgrade, explosive shrapnel shells. Increases damage of secret missile and auto turret by 30%. Oh! That kind of reminds me of the Heart of the Swarm campaign. No. Wings of Liberty campaign, where the auto turret had the ability to do more like splash damage to things that were in the air. This kind of reminds me of this. That's kind of nice. Making turrets hit harder could be some nice anti-air stuff for the Terran. And finally, Zerg Ravager. Range increased to 6. So, alright. Nothing too crazy there for Zerg, but a lot of changes. Ravens, Liberators, Ghosts, Disruptors especially. We'll have to see if they're used more. I think they'll probably be used more, especially because they can escape after they hit. So people are kind of worried about losing them, but now that really isn't too much of a concern. All right. Well, that was kind of fun. Let's look at the details on this Whispers of Oblivion here real quick. Special 3 Mission Prologue has been created to bridge the storyline between Heart of the Swarm and Legacy of the Void. So, in Heart of the Swarm, we left off Kerrigan floated into the air. Raynor was like, "Come back, my girlfriend, who's now in the swarm, and I don't know if I like her anymore." Anyway, Mengsk is dead, so that's fun. And basically, I think Kerrigan heads off to try to deal with the oncoming horror that is supposed to wipe out everybody that the Xel'Naga have talked about. I think it is the Xel'Naga. I don't know. I guess you fought them a lot in Heart of the Swarm too, but those guys are coming back, so bad news. What can we expect? You will join Zeratul for the first time since Wings of Liberty to unravel the final piece of the Xel'Naga prophecy. And again, available before the game's release. Early access to the prologue missions with a pre-purchase of the game. Hey, that's me! Pre-purchased. Hooray! It was 30 bucks. I figured, what the heck. So again, when that actually does post, I will be sure to cast it immediately, get up on the channel probably the next day. So you can wake up to a brand new cast of the prologue, Whispers of Oblivion. Fun stuff. Alright, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for joining me today as I discuss the changes coming to Legacy of the Void. I'm really excited to see what's going on. I did actually attend the Heart of the Swarm release in California when that happened. That was a really fun time. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do that for Legacy of the Void. Depends on how things go. But if I can, I'll take a lot of pictures, take video, kind of recap how it was when I get back. And hopefully that should be very entertaining. So thanks for watching. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Blizzard upload. As usual, thanks so much for being here. Thank you for subscribing. Thanks for hitting that like button. It really helps get my exposure out there. And until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.